Hey everyone, welcome to My Final Play. I'm here on location at Cardio4dayz in Williamsport, PA. I'm here with former 2016 U.S. Open wrestling champion, Josh Aarons. Josh, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So the sport of wrestling, you became a 2016 U.S. Open champion, as I said. But how did that all start? At what age did you get into the sport?
So the age that I started wrestling was around 11, 12 years old. As everybody knows, you're not going to go to the NBA if you're not, a certain type of height. There's different requirements. Obviously, I'm 5'4", walking around 130 pounds. So, I needed to do something different.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be that guy first picked up for basketball, no matter how good I was with dribbling or being fundamentally sound. I started off with wrestling around 11 to 12 years old, and it's when it pretty much took off.
So at what or to what level then did you compete up until you went to the tournament out in Vegas?
I wrestled in college at Lock Haven University under Rocky Bonomo. One of my good friends, Ovi Blanc, was also from Florida. Wrestled there before transferring to Oklahoma State. Leading up to the U.S. Open, I also did MMA as well. If you go to Harrisburg, they have a museum there that has, the history of MMA in Pennsylvania. And I was fortunate to be the first MMA sanctioned fight in PA that I won.
Oh, wow.
That's when I originally got my first title. To be honest with you, wrestling and MMA has saved my life. I had a lot of great mentors through the sports. For John Powell, Jamal Neesmith, and Scott Diggs, helped keep me off the streets for MMA. I have good friends and mentors in the sport of wrestling that gave me a chance at Bucknell University, like Daniel Warrensberger, who's the head coach right now, and that assistant, helped me get to where I am today. Without those guys helping me, Kevin LaValle, without those guys helping me, Mark Williams, I don't think I'd be half decent as I am in wrestling I am today without those guys helping.
So you wrestled at Lock Haven, and how long of a gap was it between Lock Haven and then the World Championship?
Honestly, it's quite a bit of years. The reason why I'm saying that is because after college or everybody's life goes on. Unless you're that top caliber person,
right?
Or whether you get a deal or whether you get a nice deal with the club. So basically, after college, I had got into MMA. A little veered away from the wrestling a little bit, still was doing clinics and helping out. I actually got an opportunity to be the conditioning coach at Bucknell under Dan Warrensberger. And, he's been a great mentor to me who's actually helped me not only just on the mat, but off the mat as well. Spiritually, I'm just trying to keep my mind right and focused as well. He actually gave me the courage and confidence to want to get back there on the mat. Therefore, that's when I pursued to go out there and wrestle the U.S. Open.
Yeah. So what did a little bit of the training look like leading up to that?
Killer. So I say killer because, I'm 126 pounds and, I know you got to develop a great work ethic. If you want to be that guy, you got to work for it. I worked in day out with Mark Williams. I wrestled with Dan every single day, till it clicked. And I also wrestled with Kevin LaValle. Those guys pretty much were like my training camp. Kevin actually coached me out there at the U.S. Open. Those guys were pretty much my training camp. As far as wrestling wise, Kevin had so much, world knowledge for wrestling and experience that it's incredible. Dan helped me with my proper form and technique, just tightening things up, just to be able to go out there and do what I needed to do.
So after college, you're doing some MMA. You're training for the tournament out in Las Vegas. Explain to us then, as far as the My Final Play, what that last match looked like.
So that last match, I was actually losing. I was down 2-0. I was down 2-0, and there's two ways it could have gone. I could have just gave up, or I could have just pushed through. And all I can remember in my head was, I was frustrated, but the same analogy I use for that moment is what I use with my other clients. Working out is just like life. You're always gonna have your good days. All right, you're gonna have bad days, but it's what you do to push through.
Right.
And that's basically I was telling myself, looking over in the corner of Kevin. He's like, "Okay, Josh, 4 seconds left. You know what to do. You've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Get in there, bear hug the guy. Take him down, secure the takedown. You win the match. It's not like you haven't been here before. You know what to do." And and I believed it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have somebody believe in you, you believe in yourself even more.
Right.
I ended up taking them down and beating them 4-2.
Yeah. And so that was with 4 seconds left.
Yes.
So then, as far as that transition, then, once you won that championship, you come off the mat, wrestling's done. You have the opportunity to continue to compete in events like this, but since then you've not, correct?
No, I have not.
So what does that transition look like then, from wrestler onto what it is that you're doing today?
Basically, like I said, wrestling, without having I've been fortunate to have good mentors and people in my life to believe in me. Like I said, I got the opportunity to put, Bucknell University wrestling team. I was the conditioning coach for 3 years, so I was able to do preseason with them and work them out. 2017, I did over 500 athletes in 1 year. I traveled, and that was all across the U.S. I traveled East Coast to West Coast, trained different sports teams, doing individual trainings, basically just getting their bodies ready to compete.
Okay. And that's through the Cardio4dayz, right?
Yes.
And that's what you're doing today?
Yes.
So as far as the identity of it, though, you come off the mat as a champion, and that transition from champion to everyday life, how did that transition look as far as no longer having that identity in a wrestler, but to coach, mentor, and what it is that you're doing today?
For a while, I would want to have, teach people to have that, that winning mentality, but when I say winning mentality, it's not about winning the match or winning the game. It's about growth and progress.
Right.
Like with my facility I have now, I get all different types of ages. I get people of different types of shapes, and basically like I tell them, progress equals perfection. A little bit of progress is getting you one step closer to perfecting your goals.
Right.
So basically, me having the mentality to compete, it has now given me a chance to be able to step back and understand that, I'm competing against myself. It's you versus you, and that's what I tell my clients. It's you versus you at the end of the day. It's what you do today is what's going to get you what you want tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you just got to work for it.
So if you, what would you say would be the number one thing that wrestling has taught you, whether it be through the MMA and the experience that you have there, or just the wrestling and the experiences that you've been able to have overall? What would you say would be the number one thing that you've learned from the sport?
Being able to be humble and can't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
I've been laid off 2 times in 1 year. And basically, I worked in schools for a long time, and my biggest thing is not wanting to be embarrassed because I didn't have a job, or, I wasn't able to find another job. After 2 times in 1 year, like I said, it's like, ugh. But the biggest thing is wrestling has taught me if I didn't have wrestling, you have to be able to not be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
And what that means is, okay, you lost your job. You lost it again. Budget cuts, whatever. What are you going to do now? That's going to help you get back up on your feet.
Right.
So by having wrestling, I was able to have that, that mental mindset that, okay, it happens. It's not how many times you fail. It's what you do after you fail. That counts the most.
Right. Absolutely. So that mental toughness and that mental conditioning that you learn through the sport. So with what you're doing now and the training at Cardio4dayz, what's that look like as far as your daily routines?
So basically my daily routines, when we service athletes or when we service different clients, I'll give you the athlete's approach. I am the trainer. I'm not the coach. The trainer's job is to get their bodies ready physically.
Mm-hmm.
The coaches to be able to coach them mentally, and teach them the game. So I service every sport with a lot of speed and agility, strength and conditioning, and just basically just prepare their bodies to be ready for battle. With a lot of my clients, what I teach them is we do, measurements at the beginning. We do 30, 60, 90 to see where they're at. We go over, little meal guidelines just to see, where they want to be. We do evaluations at the end just to show their growth.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing that I merge both of those athletes and my clients with is consistency.
Right.
If you want results, you have to be consistent. They may not come overnight, they may not come in a month, but
Right.
you continue to be consistent, then you start to see growth.
Right, those little things over and over again.
So little things over and over again, it's, you just have to stay level, you gotta stay grounded, to be able to know when you get that opportunity to start being able to peak and see results. Don't stop.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, oh, I gotta stop and see the results. No, you gotta keep pushing.
Right.
It's a grind, so it's just like life, it's a grind.
Yeah. So as far as the Cardio4dayz gym then, what other goals do you guys have set forward at this point in the direction of where you want to go?
Basically, a lot of goals that, my personal goals, may be different from the other trainers, the other clients, but as the owner, my personal goals is I want to be able to establish relationships in the community, be able just to reach out and, let people know that it's okay to be physically fit. I feel as though health is real big nowadays, and sometimes we're stuck in America's way. What's America's way? I believe double cheeseburgers $1 and a side salad's $2.50.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just want people to understand, that there is another way, and I believe that with your own personal goals, no matter what you do in life, no matter what sports you play, I feel like if you set goals and if you set your mind to it, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we're doing now. I had a young man like this morning, Alize Johnson, he texted me yesterday and said, workout? I said, sure. He said, 5 a.m.? He said, 6 a.m.? I said, no, 5:30. He said, okay. This morning, that's why he's in the position he's in to win, because we got up and we ran miles this morning.
Yeah.
A couple miles this morning, to start the day off. Basically, like I said, I want to be able to be used as a tool to help the community, to help the city, and just, basically let everybody know that your health is wealth.
Yeah. So obviously the mental and the physical aspect of it, what does the other goals that you have as far as giving back to the community look like?
I want to be able to, not there yet, but I want to be able to offer different things to the youth, not just in this community, but different communities. I want to be able to have, and we're working on it now, I want to be able to, have health events where we can do health fairs, or we can do different little competing things, or we can have gym wars, where where it's all friendly matters, to where we all can come together and and work as a team to create fitness, better, healthier lifestyles.
Yeah.
I use wrestling to help get me where I am today, as well as I want other people to use what they've been through to get them where they want to be at today.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's basically, like I said, I dealt with a lot of health issues with my father, with me almost losing him a couple years ago, where I wanted to be that difference in the community and help change lives. And I feel like, sometimes I'm too passionate, if that makes sense, to where I want for them what I want for myself.
Yeah.
And, and I'm willing to do whatever it's going to take, to grind it out, no matter how many times I fail, to help those in the community, because I know how I once felt, getting ready to lose a member.
Yeah. So if you could give one piece of advice to someone that's watching this, someone of the youth generation, what would that look like?
One piece that I can give is, you gotta take it one day at a time. You gotta wake up, believe in the God of your understanding. I believe in Jesus Christ. Just give thanks. Tomorrow's not promised, neither was today. You wake up and try to be that best version of you. You're not gonna succeed. I fail every day, just like you or anybody else.
Yeah.
But like I say, progress equals perfection. I just want, the youth, I'm very strong with the youth and I try to help out a lot. I just want them to know that, working out's helping you develop a work ethic. That way as you get older, when you go to work, you want positive reinforcements.
Right.
If working out, you're gonna get positive reinforcements by, seeing that transformation. Just be able to develop a work ethic, take it one day at a time, and just, thank God for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I definitely appreciate the content today, and I hope you did as well. If you did, please like and subscribe below. And remember, whatever it is that you do today, approach it with the mindset of, is this my final play? Thanks a lot.
Thank you.